Is it going to be harder for new streamers to find success since being brand friendly is so important now? No, that doesn't fucking matter. That's like the R Twitch thing, dude. Like these questions, problem setting up my stream. I need September ideas. You don't need September ideas. Okay, dude? It's not going to help you get viewers if you have some ideas to incentivize September, because you're probably getting like 2 viewers, and your problem is you need to think about what makes good content. Whether it's brand friendly or not, or whatever. I mean, this dude legit has 61 hours streamed in a month and 15 average viewers, going down by 55%. Again, he streams a game called Undermine, I haven't heard of. He streams No Man, I haven't heard of. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Decay of Logos. Right? Like, your big problem here is you're just not thinking about how to make your content interesting. You don't need to think about how to market September. You have no subs. You have to think about how to make your content interesting. And it's just hundreds of posts like this over and over again. Every content creator that's like, how do I incentivize more subs? How do I get more viewers? How do I get more bits? How do I make my ads more effective? How do I... There's only one question you should ever ask yourself if you want to be a successful content creator. Actually, if you ever really want to do much of anything. Okay, John Wooden in basketball famously said, the scoreboard takes care of itself. What did he mean by that? The scoreboard takes care of itself. What do you think that means? What I think it means is all of these like things about, like, everybody starts off, if they're going to seriously stream, they all have the goal of becoming like XQC or whatever, but nobody does it. The goal doesn't matter, dude. And like thinking about this whole thing, like, how do I incentivize subs? How do I do all this stuff? It doesn't matter. All that will come if your content is interesting. That's the base foundation. The only question you have to ask yourself 24/7 is, what I'm doing interesting? Is this something that people want to watch? That's it. That's it. That's it. Is this something that people want to watch? And you do a little bit of introspection. You know, is the game that I'm streaming something that people want to watch? Is the way that I'm streaming it something that people want to watch? Pretty convinced that there could be a streamer that grows on Slay the Spire from 0 to 20,000 viewers. If they're hilarious, they're like Chris Rock level of comedy, they're just doing stand-up beats or something really interesting, you can grow. But if you're sitting there just playing a game and you're like, why don't I have viewers? And then you're like, you make this like big depressive post about how you don't have viewers and you don't understand it and you're done and like your life is like ruined. Like, you have nobody to blame but yourself because you're not taking accountability for how to make yourself an interesting show. Networking and collaboration is another meme too. Like, it's true that you can post your content places and you can do marketing platforms and stuff like that. That's like important. And yeah. But again, it's like, again, if you make stuff that is interesting, people will find you. How many people have talked about my YouTube videos because my YouTube videos are just interesting? They're just videos that are just things that like people will post on a blog or dessert. Like, holy crap, what is my most viewed YouTube video on youtube.com/DevinNash? Here's a perfect example of this, okay? Let's look at the video that has the most views. It's the Optic video. Almost 100K views. Why? Because Deserto picked it up. Why? Because it was an interesting topic. This is not like a highly edited video, like crazy production quality. It's just me with a fucking notepad, the usual, right? But it's a really interesting topic. The Optic buyout was a really interesting topic. And there you go. Deserto picks it up. And I got more press from that and more DMs or whatever than anything, right? Because the content was interesting. So again, you're only asking yourself a question: how do I make interesting content? How do I make something that is interesting for people? People don't understand that there's already people doing what they do successfully and there's a way to reverse engineer it. Yeah, success leaves clues. It's a map. So 1 to 2 hours of high quality, engaging content per hour would be streaming a mundane game for several days a week. Does it ever matter to have more hours rather than quality content? Yeah, if you have really high quality content, then adding more hours can increase your revenue and maybe your discovery, but not meaningfully. So it does matter at some like really high end, but not anywhere that you or I would have to be concerned about. So here's a perfect example, okay? So several months ago, I streamed 6 to 8 hours a day. I played stuff like Path of Exile, MTG, I don't know, like whatever games that we were playing. And I still had all my analytics knowledge, so I played games that I knew were in categories that like grew. Like I would look at, I would play Magic because I knew that the viewer ratio was really good, 70 per stream. There wasn't that many average channels, but the hours watched were quite high relative to that. And I knew that, so I was streaming Magic. But nobody cared. And nobody cared about these streams. So then what I did was, instead of doing this, I did 3 to 4 hours a day, which is what I do now. But I spend 30 minutes prepping a show. So what this means is I do this every day, actually. So I go look at my old tape, I like see how I did, see what I want to talk about, the kind of energy I want to bring to it. You know, think about a couple of jokes I can tell or stories I can tell and stuff like that. And then, of course, I set up my topics. So total invested time is, let's say, at the high end, 4 hours and 30 minutes. Previously, it's, let's say at the high end, it's 8 hours. Actually, it's a lot longer than that because a lot of times I stream for like 12 hours a day. Okay, now what happened since the 3 months that we did this? Looking over that category of time, right? In 30 days, my viewership increased by 50%. And my hours watched by 20%. And over 180 days, all metrics up by at least 20%. But over 30 days, despite these numbers going up, my time stream went down by 20%. It's because I actually took the time to ask myself the question, what the hell is interesting? Do people, why did 8 hours of MTG not work? Why did 8 hours of Path of Exile not work? Because it's not interesting. It's like don't get me wrong, there are some people that'll watch it and like, you know, you want to show with like a community and you want to have like there are especially like long-term subs here who just like hanging out. There's a certain quality to a Path of Exile stream that I run, right? But let's say that there's a quality score, okay? Whereas like 100 is like the most entertaining thing ever. You're captivated. You can't imagine doing something else. You have me full screen on 2 laptops, on 3 monitors, on your cell phone, and you've like literally told all your friends to be here, right? And then 1 is like legit most boring shit ever. You can't wait to leave, right? A Path of Exile stream falls into like the 25 to 30% category or 30-point category. If I'm doing one, because I know how to stream, I know how to be entertaining, and so I can still hold some kind of like interest on that. But if I do this stream and I prep it, right, prepared industry stream, we'll call it, or prepared like I don't know what I need to like some better name for what like prepared most sophisticated spelled wrong DevinNash stream. Okay. This right now, this content is in the 70 percentile, I would say. It's really good. It's going to get better too, because I'm just fucking with it now and I'll know how to make it better. But this is good enough to hold like a really good audience, okay? Because it's interesting. Nobody else like talks about this shit. Nobody else knows this stuff. And the way I present it is generally like pretty funny and high energy. So it's good. And it'll get better. Yeah, it's like 70, 75%. You know, like Broken Original, thank you very much for the Prime. So again, I spent less time working, but I got more results. And this goes back to like over the course of the year, and this is why I said many times that I think one of the things that I really think was a good decision for me in terms of like Nerd Fusion was I decided to continue being an influencer in addition to doing this talent thing, because being an influencer gave me these insights. Whereas like previously, I might have thought that if you invested more time in your stream, you were going to do better. And previously, I might have thought that if you were a small streamer, maybe you just haven't made it yet, or you're waiting for your break. And now I know the truth, which is that more time is not better. And if you are a small streamer, you're fucking boring. You're fucking boring. You haven't put in the time to really think about what makes you interesting. You overthink things. You overthink things because you think, oh, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be a personality, or whatever. But what's really holding you back is fear. It's fear, like, because here's the truth, right? Do you think anybody thinks that Dr. Disrespect is an idiot? That Guy Beam is an idiot? Like, really? Or like, no, he's not regarded as like a fake, as fake. He's not regarded as like a lamer, I almost used the word lamer. Holy shit. Fucking 1990, fucking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure coming back. Holy shit. He's not lame. He's not uncool. Dude, like Dr. Disrespect is universally respected. Not a single person would debate that he's a character. But he's not this idea of like, I don't want to be a personality or a character is so stupid, because it's like Dr. Disrespect is respected universally. He makes an occasional bad move, like walking into a bathroom or something. But look, that's a person that like most people would meet Dr. Disrespect and be like, shit, man, like, wow, like you've accomplished a lot. That's really amazing. So like these people, they hide behind this idea of like, oh, I'm afraid because I don't want to be a personality. I don't want to be fake. No, what you don't want to face is that you as a person are uninteresting, and you don't want to make yourself an interesting person, which takes fucking real work. It took a lot of work for me to go from this streamer to this one. I had to take improv classes. I had to have a comedy coach. I failed a lot, and I still throw you guys cringe as fuck jokes, but I'm trying every day. Right? Like, the problem is it takes so much time for me to sit a broadcaster down and explain this. And I have to work through like so many mental barriers to do it. And then people ask me, Devin, why don't you give advice to small streamers? Because I CBA, dude. Every time that a streamer comes in here, I'm the fucking oracle. Like I like look through there and I see the code and I'm like, oh, you're streaming Doki Doki Literature Club at 11 a.m. fucking Australian time for 1.3 hours, and you've put literally zero work into it, and you don't think about your personality or what makes good content at all. And I just don't want to have that conversation every time, because I know this person is not going to make it. That's why I can't be asked to help smaller streamers, because they don't help themselves. It's a wantrepreneur thing. If you follow the advice on my channel and you do those things, you will, and you're a broadcaster content creator, you'll at least triple your viewership. Everything you want can be yours if you want to work for it. But like, you have to do YouTube. You have to post videos, and you have to constantly ask yourself, what is the thing that I'm going to do that actually is really interesting to people? and you have to get that feedback and say, and you have to confirm it, right? And if you're at like the 25 to 30 point scale, look, maybe you're happy with that, and that's like important. And I think everybody should every content creator, or maybe even I want to apply this to a lot of people that aren't content creators too, but they should do this quality score of 1 to 100, and the truth is most people that are really successful, or sorry, not successful, they know what they need to do to improve. It's not me telling them some big thing, I'm this big smart guy. It's not that. It's just that they don't want to do it. They're either afraid or they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to face the demons in front of them, which I understand. Those demons are really scary. You took improv classes just to stream. I really did, yeah. I enrolled in a course for $300 for 8 weeks, and I went to improv, and I told everybody in the class, there was 18 people there, I said, I'm here because I want to become better at being an entertainer. And I stream on YouTube, or I stream on Twitch, and I do videos on YouTube. I want to get better. This is one of the best decisions I made. Do you think that certain times of the day matter when trying to grow? No. Stop thinking about what time should I stream? What kind of camera should I have? What is anyone listening to me right now? Am I speaking in an empty room with a ceiling and I'm in here alone and nobody can actually hear me? Oh God, existential crisis. What have I just been saying for the past 30 minutes? Do you have a camera or not? Doesn't matter, okay? Look, we have the most sophisticated stats out of anybody. Even Twitch, we have better stats than Twitch in some cases at Nerd Fusion. And here I will tell you, does having a camera or not matter? Nope. Does the time you stream matter? Kind of. But it doesn't really make that big of a difference. And for 99.9% of you who are not running 5,000 viewer plus streams, does it matter? No. Do the amount of hours you stream matter? Not really. Does the game you stream matter? Yes, but not as much as you would think it does. All of these questions you have around all of these things, does the type of OBS key that I use matter? Does the type of computer that I use matter? Do overlays matter? Do stream graphics matter? Do chatbots matter? Do all this stuff matter? Stop. Just stop. Like that guy in the YouTube video that kicks down the door and is like, hey, stop. Okay? One question only. This is your job. This is your only job. I'm giving you one thing you need to do. All right? Is what I'm doing interesting? That's it. Is what I'm doing interesting? That's all you need to do. Okay? You can be Greek God X and you can have a fucking headset mic that that has no compressor on it that caps out at 15 dB, and because he dances around and shakes his entire apartment building, 10,000 viewers. You can be XQC, who literally screams in a different language half the time and doesn't even speak English, and his webcam is 380p, and you can be successful, okay? You can be soda popping for multiple years, didn't have a professional setup, and you can be fine. I can go through dozens and dozens of successful top tier streams, and you can run the numbers, and we have. There is no one thing you can do that will stop you from the truth, which is that you fucking suck as a broadcaster, you suck as a content creator, you suck at your job, and you're not willing to fix the biggest problem, which is you. You alone. You want to do everything around it. You want to look at all these things, is my 8 light setup, Sony A6000 camera, freaking USB Stream Deck. Do I have the right ergonomic chair, pillow, water bottle? You want to look at all this stuff because you don't want to think about the truth, which is, who are you? Am I interesting? Is this something that I'm creating that people want to watch? Chat, Dad doesn't love us? No, I'm having this talk with you because I do love you. I want you to succeed so bad. Why do you think I don't need to do this? I don't need to have this talk, dude. I don't need to do this. I'm here because I want more than anybody else to make you succeed. Do you think these people on Reddit, on our Twitch, want you to succeed? The people that like those people, the bullshit people, the people that respond to you with like the top upvoted thing that's like, oh yeah, dude, it's tough. Yeah, it's really tough out there. Yeah, sorry, man. Some people, it doesn't make it, whatever. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you can do it. But you have to put in the actual thought and work and confront the hard stuff. The hard stuff is you have to actually face the fact that you may not be a very exciting and interesting person. And then you got to deal with that. And that's hard. But people don't want to do that because it's easy to play. This is the same reason that people don't play StarCraft 1 or 2, because you can play League. People play League of Legends. Want to know why? Because you have 5 teammates to blame. It's easy. But in a 1v1, you can only blame yourself. And streaming is a 1v1, dude. That's the thing. Same with YouTube. Same with content creation, whatever. It's a 1v1. In League of Legends, like, dude, my teammates screwed up. Into the feed, whatever. It's not my fault. And so that's fine. Overwatch, whatever, yeah? But straight up, like, in StarCraft 2, if you get Protoss cannon rushed, you can blame the race a little bit, but you failed. Like, right? And that's why it's like there's a literal concept. It's called ladder anxiety. It's hard because people don't want to face this like truth. It's like it's me that actually did this, but that's what all these people need to do. And maybe I'll make a YouTube video or whatever. Because I think it's an important concept. You don't need to like look at any streaming advice. You don't need to like pay for a course. You don't need to do anything. If you spend any kind of money, don't pay like a coach or like a stream guide guy or whatever. Like pay if anybody knows an improv comedian that's like good, that would be willing to coach me on my stream, you make that referral to me via email, I will pay that person and do it. 100%. Because the number one thing you can do probably for your career is become a more charismatic and interesting person. And if you do that, you'll see the results. Again, the John Wooden quote, so important to remember, right? The scoreboard takes care of itself. The scoreboard takes care of itself. You could visualize everything, but ultimately, if you put in the right work, then it'll all show up.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts. Gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, 2 streets, I see you and me hanging on the empty swings.